Hey guys, this is Chris, Tabletop Sports Delaware, and we are bringing you some strat-o-matic baseball tonight. Thought I would dig out a set, and the Paws laid their hands on the 1980 set, so we are going to have ourselves a game between the Reds and the Cardinals. So let's go ahead and go through the lineups, and we'll get to the game. We are playing at Busch Stadium 2. We're going to call Whitey Herzog the manager. Why not? Because, yeah, we'll say Whitey's there. For the home team Cardinals. For the Reds, it's going to be John McNamara. They were third in the NL West that year. Starting for the Reds, center fielder Dave Collins. Dave Concepcion at shortstop batting second. Ken Griffey, right fielder, batting third. George Foster, left fielder, cleanup, batting fifth. Catcher Johnny Bench, batting sixth. Ron Oster, he'll be second station. Ray Knight on the hot corner, batting seventh. Dan Dreesen at first sack, batting eighth. And starting for the Reds, facing the Cardinals, is going to be Mario Soto. Let's go ahead and check out the starting lineup for the Cardinals. We have Gary Templeton leading off at shortstop. Ken Oberkfell, second baseman, batting second. Keith Hernandez, first baseman, batting third. George Hendrick, right fielder, cleanup. Ted Simmons, catcher, batting fifth. Dane Yorg, he'll be out in left field. He'll be batting sixth ahead of Ken Wright's hot sack man, the hot bagger, the hot corner. Tony Scott, center fielder, batting eighth. And the starting pitcher for the Cardinals in this game is going to be John Fulgham. So, nice little setup here. Let's see if we can't play ball. Looks decently. Okay, cool. So you're going to be able to see the cards right here in this window on the side. That window right there. You can see me in this window here. And of course, we've got the scoreboard. And I'm going to try to keep the score going on the bottom of the screen. Totally new setup. Just to see what happens. Alright, so we have leadoff for the Cincinnati Reds. Dave Collins. John Fulgham is done with his warm-ups with Ted Simmons. Here comes the windup. The pitch, and that's going to be a 5-6. Fly ball to left field. Underneath it is Dane Yorg. He's going to make that play. That is out number one. And I draw right through the fold in the thing. Oh, well, whatever. Alrighty. Next up is going to be Dave Concepcion. And he will be batting second, facing John Fulgham. Fulgham is set. Here's the windup. The pitch. And that's a 4-8 off Fulham's card. And that's going to be a triple into the corner. Concepcion into right. Chasing it is George Hendrick. Concepcion rounding second. Hendrick in with the throw. It is cut off by Templeton. Concepcion into third with a triple. We have man on third. Man in scoring position, one out. Top of the first. Fulham would like to get out of this inning intact. And Ken Griffey has other plans. Here comes the pitch from Fulham. They are going to play infield in. That's going to be a 6-3 fly ball to right field. Hendrick gets underneath it. He is a 2 with a 3. And he boffs it. And Griffey is able to coast into second on the E8. Run scored for Concepcion. That'll be an unearned run. So that makes it 1-0 Reds in the early running here. Griffey on second. George Foster now at the plate, one away. Runner in scoring position. Fulham wants to get out of this without any further damage. Call on his card. Ground ball to second base. They're able to check Griffey. Fielded cleanly by Oberkfell. Gets it over to Hernandez, and that's going to be out number 2. So Foster grounds to Kenny Oberkfell. Routine ground ball. Johnny Bench now comes up. 2 away. Facing John Fulham. Man on second, Ken Griffey. Here's the pitch, 4-10, and that's going to be a fly ball to right field. Hendrick is tracking over towards the foul line, makes the catch, and that's going to be out number 3. Alrighty, so that is 1-0 Reds. And he did. There we go. Let us go ahead and cycle these guys and spin it around. Warming up on the mound for the Reds, Mario Soto. He is set to go for the Red Stockings. First up is going to be Gary Templeton. And that's going to be, we are living off the pitcher's cards in this game so far. Hard ground ball hit to short. Concepcion. 2-5. Fields the ball cleanly. Gets it over to first for out number 1. So Templeton is retired. We go second in the order to Ken Oberkfell. Kenny Oberkfell, second baseman. Comes the pitch. And that's going to be a 5-6. And that's going to be a walk. Slider outside of Berkfell takes his base. Simmons kind of looks back at the ref, but he doesn't say anything. So that's going to be 1 out, 1 on for the Cardinals. And bring us to Keith Hernandez, 321 batter in 1980. 16 homers. Let's see if he can't move Oberkfell around the bases. Here comes the pitch, and that is a 5-3 hard ground ball hit back to the box. Fielded there by Soto. Roll it again. 2, and he snags it up, gets it back to short. Dave Concepcion on the run, makes the play, gets it over to Dreesen at first. Double play ends the inning. 1-6-3, we'll call that. So Cards do not score. In the bottom of the first, it is 1-0 Reds. Let's see here. And okay, boom, there we go. Top of the second inning. Due up for the Reds, Ron Oster, Ray Knight, Dan Dreesen. Fulgham on the mound. Finishes his warm-up with Simmons. Here comes the pitch. 1-7 on Oster's card. Hard ground ball hit to Gary Templeton at short. Scoops it up over to Hernandez for out number 1. Ray Knight, 7th in the order, facing John Fulgham. Fulgham is set. Here comes the windup and the pitch. And that is going to be a triple into the corner. Ray Knight is standing on third base. 2 one-out triples so far in this game. And Fulgham would really like to get Dreesen to ground out here. Infield is going to be in. Dreesen is set to swing away. Here we go. And that's going to be a 4-6, and he issues the walk. Hoping for the double play, especially with Soto coming up now. 1 out. Soto is going to have to swing. He could try the squeeze. The squeeze would be... No. Soto is going to try to squeeze. No, infield is in, so not going to bunt. Let's go ahead and just swing this on out. That is a 4-7 grounder hit hard to second base. Fielded there by Kenny Oberkfell. That's a 2-15, and he has an error. So we'll call that E4. Gets to second, and Ray Knight scores. Another unearned run. That is 2-0. And, wow. Reds are scoring early. Fulgham was not a horrible pitcher. 3.38 ERA. He was, he only had 14 starts. Came on later in the season. We are to Dave Collins, top of the order. 1 out, 2 men on. Fulgham set to go. Here's the pitch. 3-5. Fly ball to center field. That is going to be back. Not too far back. Rod Rodney Scott takes a couple of steps in, snags it, relays it in, runners hold. So that will be 2 away. And that's going to bring us to Dave Concepcion with a triple in the top of the first. Runners on first and second. Fulgham. Here comes the windup. The pitch. 4-7 hard ground ball hit to second. Oberkfeld's number is called again. And he's got another error again. 1 base error. Herzog is beside himself in the dugout. Bases loaded, 2 outs, and that's going to bring us to Ken Griffey, a chance to bring some runs across. And here we go, the windup. Fulgham is set. The pitch, 2-6, and draws a walk and walks a run in. That is going to score Dan Dreesen. It is 3-0. And John Fulgham in danger of being pulled here early in the proceedings. Foster is up. What do? You pitch to him and pray for rain. He didn't get the 3 column. 6-9, but he did give up a double. That's RBI, RBI. That is an RBI, by the way. Boom, boom. 2 more runs across the plate in Soto and Concepcion. 5-0 ball game here. 2 outs. Top of the second. And Fulham's coming out. He is coming out already. Alright, give me a sec. Let me grab somebody here. Who are we going to have come in? I'm thinking... Da-dee-da, my little bullpen to myself music. Da-dee-da. Who do we have? Relievers. Andy Rankin can come in. He's a reliever. Nope, he's starter only. Starter only, not many innings. Nah, looks like we're going to go with, I'll save him just in case. Bring him in if we need to. Let's go with Don Hood. So Fulgham is out of this game already. Don Hood will be coming in. Alrighty, here we go. That was Foster's at bat. Johnny Bench comes in. We've got somewhere to put Johnny Bench. I think we're going to walk Johnny Bench, bases loaded. And he's going to face Ron Oster, who led this whole thing off with a walk. Don Hood is set. 2-10, and that's a single. RBI. Oh, these are all unearned runs, by the way. Boink, 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 boink. That's going to send Foster to third. He's a 13, 2 outs. He's a 15. Let's roll that and find out. He scores. 2 more runs across for the Reds in this bloodbath. Oh my goodness. Okay. Don Hood facing Ray Knight would like to end this inning. Whitey Herzog would prefer that as well. 2-5 fly ball to center field. Tracking in is Tony Scott. In towards shortstop. Makes the catch. Ends the inning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 runs for the Reds. Goodness. Alrighty, Cards have got their work cut out for them. Fortunately, this is only 1 game out of 162. George Hendrick is going to be leadoff. Mario Soto taking his warm-up with Johnny Bench. And we are just about ready to go. George Hendrick steps up to the plate. Here comes the windup. The pitch. And that is going to be a 1-5 and a base hit into center field. Hendrick drops it down in front of Dave Collins for a single. So Hendrick is on. Not a threat to steal, but he's a good swift base runner, a smart base runner. Ted Simmons sure like to get him around. No out. Here we go. The pitch from Soto, 5-7, and misses the skinny split. That's going to be a fly ball to center field. Out there, Dave Collins, he makes the catch, and Hendricks retreats back to first. That is one away. Next up is going to be Dane Yorg, and he is set to go. Mario Soto gets the signs from bench. Here's the windup. The pitch. 1-6, and that's high on the split. That's going to be a double. That's going to send Hendrick to third. They're going to hold him up there. So 2 runners in scoring position, 1 out. Infield in. Ken Wright comes up to the plate. Soto is set to go. He delivers 4-9, and that's a strikeout. Exactly what the Cardinals needed in that. What the Reds needed in that situation. 8th in the order, Tony Scott, center fielder, comes to the plate, minutes second and third. And Herzog would like to get something across the plate. 4-8, another strikeout for Soto, and that's going to set down the Reds. And we'll just make sure that I keep that straight. Set down the Cardinals, rather, sorry. So after 2 full innings, your score is 7-0 Cincinnati. We're going to go to the top of the third and see what kind of solid performance Don Hood can turn in for Whitey Herzog. He's hoping it'll be good. That's fine. Alrighty, here we go. Dan Dreesen leading off. To be followed in this inning. Nope, Ray Knight should be leading off. Let's do this correctly. Ray Knight leading off, Dan Dreesen to follow, and Mario Soto. Here comes the windup from Hood. The pitch, 5-9, and that is going to be a leadoff double for Ray Knight. Top of the third, Knight with a double and a run scored and a triple. No earned runs across for the Reds. However, they are up 7-0. Dan Dreesen is set to go. Man on second, Hood. Here's the windup. The pitch, 6-4 fly ball to center field. Back is Rodney Scott tracking over towards left. He calls off. Dane Yorg coming in to make the catch, relays it in, and Knight drops back to second base. That is 1 away. Mario Soto is up now. Soto is going to lay down the bunt. 7, that is going to be a ground ball. It's a bunt laid down the first base line. It is fielded there by Hernandez. He is able to get it to Oberkfell covering. So that is a 3-4 sack. 2 outs. Moves Knight over to third, and that is going to bring up Dave Collins. 90 feet away, run number 8. Here comes the pitch from Hood. 6-4 fly ball to center field. Back is Tony Scott. Gets underneath it. Smacks his mitt. Lets gravity do the rest. And that is going to be out number 3. Reds score none in the top of the third. Alrighty. And that was Collins. So that's going to bring us to the bottom of the third inning, and leading off is going to be Don Hood. They may pinch hit for Don Hood here in the third inning. Play this like a regular game. They're probably going to want to get at least 1 round out of him, so they're going to go ahead and let Hood do this. And Hood, by the way, is a 1, presumably. Nope, he's a 3. Let me get a new card. One moment. He is a Mr. 3 batting card. Hello. You go over there. Don Hood gets a 3. All right, here we go. Mario Soto is set. Comes the windup. The pitch. 2-11, and that's going to be a weak fly ball hit to center field. Chasing in is going to be a dirty right there. Dave Collins makes the catch. That is out number 1. Alrighty. I would like to do something real quick if I could be permitted. Make sure I've got this. Sorry, folks. So I want to make sure I've got that. Okay, cool. That's exactly where I want it. Okay. All right, here we go. Gary Templeton to the top of the order. 1 out here. Bottom of the 3rd. 7-0 Reds. Here comes the pitch from Soto. Pitching a good game. 3-9 hard ground ball hit to shortstop. Fielded cleanly by Dave Concepcion. Flips it over to Dan Dreesen for out number 2. And that is going to bring us to Ken Oberkfell, second baseman. Mario Soto gets the warm-up pitches in. It gets the signals in from Johnny Bench. Here comes the windup. Here comes the pitch. 3-10 hard ground ball hit over to first. That is fielded there by Dan Dreesen. He's going to be able to trot over and do the unassisted force out for out number 3. And no runs once again for St. Louis. 7-0 going into the top of the 4th. And that's going to bring us to the Reds. Dave Concepcion, Ken Griffey, and George Foster. I can go right there. Good. And Don Hood is done warming up. Gets the signs in from Ted Simmons. Here comes the windup. The pitch. 5-9. And that is going to be a double down the line. Fielded cleanly out there by left fielder Dane Yorg. Concepcion cruises into second with his second extra base hit of the game. So no outs. Man on second, runner in scoring position. Ken Griffey comes to the plate. Don Hood is set to go. Looks back to second to keep Concepcion honest. Here comes the pitch. 3-7, and that's a single. Concepcion is going to head for home, and he's going to score. Another run for the Reds. And Griffey on first, being congratulated by his first base coach. And now George Foster facing Don Hood. 1 away, top of the 4th, 8-0 ball game. 4-7, that is going to be a smack shot up the middle by Foster. Base hit, that'll get Griffey to second. None out, 2 on. Johnny Bench comes to the plate. The Cardinals are allowing a lot of base runners, just a lot of base runners. Here's the pitch from Hood. 6-3 ground ball back to the box. He is able to get Foster at second. Oster covering. 1-4, sorry. Fielder's choice. And since I'm using my favorite pen in the history of the world, the blue Bic roller, Captain Whiteout to the rescue. He's making his appearance again here on Tabletop Sports Delaware. Captain Whiteout. Alrighty. Woohoo! Captain Whiteout, you rule! You saved the day, Captain Whiteout. Johnny Bench reaches first on the fielder's choice. 1 out, runners at first and third. Hood hoping for a ground ball to end this. Ron Oster at the plate. He's hit a triple and a double so far. Here we go, 5-9, and that is not going to be it. That is going to be a double to the alley, and that is going to score Ken Griffey and send Johnny Bench to third. And there is no star by that. 2 outs. Johnny Bench is being signaled home. Needs a 13. Gets it. 2 RBI double by Ron Oster. His first hit of the night. 2 more runs plated by Cincinnati. And that is going to bring us to Ray Knight, third baseman, his third time up. He has tripled, he has doubled. We've had 2 doubles in this inning. And Don Hood has given up 6 runs. Hood is out of this game. Ugly pitching by the Cards. They're bringing in a starter just to get them through. We're looking at Al Olmstead. Al Olmstead in the game. He is facing Ray Knight. We have 1 out. Man on second. Here comes the pitch. Knight. 2-12. Hard line out to third. Catches. Oster off second. In like a bolt. Keno Burke fell. And Wrights makes the play over. And we've got a line drive double play. L5. 5-4. However, 3 more runs scored for the Reds. Alrighty, here we are going to go to the bottom of the 4th, and it is a 10-0 ball game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Your Tabletop Sports Delaware triple check. And that's going to bring Mario Soto back out to the mound. He gets his warm-up round in with Johnny Bench. And Keith Hernandez is due up in this inning, as well as George Hendrick and Ted Simmons in order. So here we go. Keith Hernandez is set. Here comes the wind up, the pitch. 3-9, and Hernandez leads off with a walk. He gets the free pass. Soto smacks his mitt against his hip as he walks back up and calls for the ball from Bench. Frustrated, he let that curveball dip into the dirt there. Had a full count. Really thought he had him going. Man on first. George Hendrick now at the plate. Here comes the pitch from Soto. 1-5, and that is a single into right center, and that is going to allow Hernandez to make it to second. So 2 on for the Cardinals. Don't say that too often. No outs. Mario Soto finding himself in a rare condition with base runners with a runner in scoring position. Doesn't happen often. The base runners aren't happening often. Ted Simmons takes the pitch. 6-5 low on the split. Fly ball to left field. Coming in is George Foster on a run. He didn't have to run far. Makes the catch. Hernandez and Hendricks stay put. That is 1 away. And that will bring up Dane Yorg, left fielder. Here we go. Mario Soto, the windup, the pitch, 4-9, and catches him swinging at the knee cheese. That is 2 away. That's right. He didn't think we were going to have Strat and no swinging at the knee cheese, everybody. 2 away, Ken Wrights, third bagger facing Soto. Men on second and first, and Hernandez and Hendrick respectively. Here comes the pitch. 4-10 ground ball hit to shortstop like a rocket. Ron Oster gets on top of it, gets it over to Dreesen for out number 3. And Cardinals cannot take advantage of the opportunity. 10-0 your ball game. We're going to the top of the 5th. Alrighty. And that's going to give us Dan Dreesen facing Al Olmstead, Mario Soto, and Dave Collins to follow. And here we go. The windup. The pitch from Olmstead, 1-6, and he issues a free pass to Dan Dreesen. So Dreesen is on base. Soto is up. And Soto is going to hit and run. Dreesen is off on contact. And that is an 8 ground ball to first. Easily played there by Hernandez. No chance to get Dreesen streaking for second. So we'll call that a 3U. One away. Dreesen on second base. Dave Collins comes up to the plate. 1-6 is the pitch. High on the fat split. That's a single, and that'll send Dreesen over to third. 1 out, men at the corners, and Al Olmsted really does not want to follow the way of his predecessors in this game. Dave Concepcion comes up to the plate. Ground ball double play would end this. 3-8, and there it is. Hard ground ball hit to third base, scooped up cleanly by Ken Wrights. Gets it to Oberkfell, pivots over to Hernandez, and that does it. 5-4, 5-4-3 ends it. So after 4.5 in an official ball game, score is 10-0 Reds. We go to the bottom of the fifth. And due up are going to be Tony Scott, probably pinch hitter, and then Gary Templeton. So Mario Soto is set. He's pitching a heck of a game. He hasn't even gone through the order twice yet. And he is set to face Tony Scott, center fielder, the speedster. Hasn't had an opportunity to show off yet. He's flown out to center so far. And I'm sorry, struck out in this game so far. Here comes the pitch from Soto. 3-6. Hits a hard liner into right. No, snagged by Dreesen. He was in the right place at the right time. Put his glove on it. So that is going to be 1 away. And we are going to have a pinch hitter for Olmsted. So who are the Cardinals going to bring in to pinch hit? I'm thinking El Senor de Bobby Bonds. No, he's a good pinch runner. Who do we got? I just like saying Bobby Bonds. We're probably going to go with Bull Durham. Bring in Leon Durham. Let him pinch hit. Let's do something here. All right, Durham facing Mario Soto for the first time in this game. Let's do that. Let's go. Durham, pinch hit. Facing Soto. Here we go. 1 away. Bottom of the fifth. 1-3. Fly ball to right field. This one is back. It is deep. Tracing towards the wall. Ken Griffey on his horse. Makes the catch at the warning track. Looked like Durham had one going out of here in a hurry, but not quite enough. The wind coming in over the right field fence, and Griffey able to catch up and make that catch. That is 2 away. Gary Templeton now at the plate. And he is facing Mario Soto. Nobody on, 2 outs, bottom of the fifth. Soto, the windup, the pitch, 4-8. Strikes him out. And that puts the Kibitz to the fifth for the Cardinals. And Soto has got himself a little something going here. Not a no-hitter by any stretch, but shutout in the works. And we're going to have a call to the bullpen for the Cardinals. Pitcher number 4 in this young game. Because the Reds are using these guys. Didn't use Olmsted as a launching pad. He did well in his inning in the third. However, they need runs, and Olmsted is not going to provide that at the bat. So who are they going to bring in? At this point, they're going through their decent guys. It looks like they're going to call for John Urea, right-hander coming out of the bullpen. So we'll dump him down there. P2, 10, E. Ken Griffey set to lead off. George Foster and Johnny Bench to follow, and Ron Oster if his services are required in this inning. Here we go. The windup, the pitch. A 4-10 fly ball to center field. Tracking underneath it is Tony Scott. 2-4 gets underneath it, smacks his mitt, and lets gravity do the rest. That is out number 1. George Foster comes up to the plate, takes a couple of Herculean warm-up swings, wanting to go long here. So far, he's got a single, a 2 RBI double, and a run scored, and grounded to second. Fourth at bat here in the 6th inning. Would like to go long on Urea for 7. Skinny split, misses it. Hard shot into shallow right center, snagged there by Kenny Oberkfell. Showing his range on that play. That is 2 away. Johnny Bench comes up to the plate. A couple of warm-up swings. Sitting there all squat looking. Standing on the right side of the plate saying, come on, let's get down to business. Urea with a pitch, 6-7, and Bench sits on the fastball, and it is called low. So he's going to work a 2-out walk to extend the inning. His second walk of the game. Two RBI single, and he reached on a fielder's choice and scored a run. Ron Oster now, who is 1 for 3 with a 2 RBI double, facing Urea, man on first, 2 outs. We are in the top of the 6th. Here comes the pitch from Urea, 6-10. Hard ground ball hit to shortstop. Gary Templeton gets on that. He ignores all the base runners. He heads on over to Keith Hernandez at first and makes the easy out for out number 3. Reds are retired. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Alrighty. That was Oster due up for the Cards in this inning. Looks like it's going to be number 2, 3, 4, heart of the lineup. Kenny Oberkfell, Keith Hernandez, and George Hendrick. Mr. Clean Uniform George Hendrick. Kenny Oberkfell leading off. Mario Soto set to go. So far he has issued 3 base hits in this game, 5 base runners, 2 others via walk. He has struck out 4. Oberkfell is set. Here's the offering with the drama. A 1-7 and low and outside, ball 4. That's going to be a walk. Oberkfell reaches first for the 2nd time. 2 walks for Kenny. Keith Hernandez comes to the plate. Nobody out, 1 on. Bottom of the 6th, 10-0 ball game. Here's Mario Soto with the pitch. 1-5, misses a skinny split by 2, but it is a double into the alley, and Oberkfell is rounding third, and he's going to score. RBI double for Keith Hernandez, and the Cardinals are on the board. 10-1 ball game. Man on second. Mario Soto is tagged for a run. Nobody out. George Hendrick comes to the plate. Reds have a little bit of room to work with here, but Soto doesn't want to give anything else up. Pitch to Hendrick, and that is going to be high on the split, and Hendrick with a double, and he is going to score Hernandez. No outs, 2 runs across. Mario Soto here in the 6th inning, facing Ted Simmons, now a 303 hitter in 1980, 21 homers. And Soto, looking at Jorg coming up behind him, is thinking about parking him. So that's going to be men at first and second. Dane Jorg comes up. Soto is set. Hoping for a ground ball to end things a little more quickly. Fly ball to center field, and that is going to be Dave Collins out there. 3-7 gets underneath it. He makes the catch, and that's going to be deep enough. Hendrick and Simmons are going to be able to advance. So 1 out, runners at second and third. Ken Wright comes up. Infield is going to be called in for the Reds. No, it's not. Yes, it is. Infield in. That's going to be a 5-6 and a walk to load the bases. That may have been by design, because now they've got Tony Scott coming up, a 251 hitter. He's got some speed. He's good in the outfield. I think they're going to leave him in, hoping that he's 0 for 2 so far with a strikeout and a liner to first, hoping this will be one of his 251. 3-4 hard ground ball hit to shortstop. It's going to be fielded by Dave Concepcion, flips it over to Ron Oster, who makes the turn over to Dreesen, and that's going to end the inning. 6-4-3. And Tony Scott crushes the hearts of the Busch Stadium faithful. So after 6 full innings, your score is 10-0 Reds. Alrighty, here we go. Top of the 7th, and we've got 7, 8, 9 due up. Knight, Dreesen, and probably Soto facing Urea. 10-0. It's a 4-9. Hard ground ball hits a second base. Fielded cleanly there by Kenny Oberkfell. Gets it over to Hernandez for out number 1. Ray Knight set down. Dan Dreesen comes up. He has reached twice on a walk, scored a run. Urea is set. Here comes the pitch. 6-6, and that is not going to be a walk. That's going to be a single into left center. Drops it in front of Dane Yorg. Base hit for Dreesen. It's 1 for 2 now. It's going to bring up Mario Soto, and Soto is going to just swing away. Nothing fancy going here. Not with this kind of a lead. And he's staying into pitch. That'll be 5-6, and that'll be a strikeout. Soto goes down swinging at the knee cheese. 2 away, top of the 7th, and Dave Collins comes up to the plate. Facing John Urea. Runner on first, and Dan Dreesen 1-4, and a hard ground ball chopped to first. Hernandez, trouble bobbling it. Gets it and flips it to Oberkfell covering. Beats Collins by a step, and that is going to end the inning. So that is Reds. No runs. Time for the 7th inning stretch at the old ball game. Yeah, that's right. Been a while, hasn't it? Alright, here we go to the bottom of the 7th inning, and the 9th slot is up, and I do believe the Cardinals are going to pinch hit yet again. So we'll take Durham's card out. Who are we going to bring in this time? Bobby Bonds! No, sorry, not Bobby Bonds. We're thinking perhaps Mike Ramsey, Terry Kennedy. Let's bring in Mike Ramsey, pinch hitter, utility infielder. All right, so Ramsey, pinch hit. Set to go against Mario Soto. Everything's still lined up on the cameras. Really nice and everything. Appears to be. Could probably slide that in a little bit. And over. Okay. Just some minor adjustments perhaps. That'll do right there. And that looks good. Here we go. Mario Soto set. Bottom of the 7th, Mike Ramsey set for the offering. The windup, the pitch. 4-3, fly ball to right field. That is going to be Ken Griffey tracking underneath it. 3 with an 11, and that's going to get past him to the wall. And looks like Ramsey is going to make it into second. Pinch hit double. Cardinals have some business here in the bottom of the 7th. Down 9 runs. Gary Templeton comes up to the plate. Man on second. Here comes the pitch from Soto. Staying in. 1-12. Hard line ball hit to center field. And on the run. Fantastic snag by Ron Oster. Gets his glove on it. Ramsey able to get back to second. No issue. Oster committed to that. No play on Ramsey. Kenny Oberkfell now. Second baseman. Oster's counterpart. Soto is set. Here's the pitch. 4-7. Misses a skinny split. Hard liner to second. Oster all over it again. And Ron Oster is sending in the paycheck, man. Brings up Keith Hernandez. 2 outs. I'd like to get something going with Ramsey standing 180 feet away. 1-10. That is a single, and that's going to be shallow enough in front of left fielder George Foster that Ramsey makes it to third. So men at the corners, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th, and that's going to bring us to George Hendrick in a sparkly clean uniform in a shiny red suit. Mario Soto is set. Here we go. The pitch 2-5, fly ball to center field. Back goes Dave Collins, and everybody is running. Collins gets underneath it and makes the catch. Cardinals score nothing in the 7th. Soto has a shutout going into the 8th. All right, due up for the Reds. 2, 3, and 4, Concepcion, Griffey, and Foster. Urea is going to be substituted for by, I think we're going to go to our guy and bring him in. But you know what? I always liked Roy Thomas growing up. Let's see Roy Thomas in this game. He wasn't great. It's kind of a fan favorite thing. Thomas, pitcher, will come in. I have not been marking where these pitchers have been changed. We changed one there. First, second pitcher, third pitcher. Urea has done all of this work. And now Thomas. Okay. Here we go, top of the 8th. Number 2 in the order, Dave Concepcion leading off. 10-0 Reds. It's been that score since the top of the 4th. Here comes the pitch from Roy Thomas. 3-4, ground ball to shortstop. Fielded cleanly by Gary Templeton. Gets it over to Keith Hernandez. Out number 1. Concepcion is retired. Ken Griffey strides to the plate. Takes a couple of warm-up swings. Ball comes out from Simmons. Thomas gets the signs from Simmons. Here comes the offering for 8, and that is a walk. Griffey makes it to first. 1 out. Bottom of the 8th, George Foster comes to the plate facing Roy Thomas. Thomas gets the sign. Here's the pitch. 6-3, hard ground ball hit to first. That is going to be fielded by Keith Hernandez. Is a 1 with a 19. Roll it again. Hernandez scoops it up. He is able to get the turn to Templeton at second. Templeton gets it to Oberkfell on the relay. 1-6-4. Double play to end the inning. Reds score nothing in the top of the 8th. And that's going to take us to the bottom of the 8th inning. Kind of a play on 1, 2, 3 there. And we have Ted Simmons, 5, 6, 7. Simmons, Yorg, and Wrights coming up in this inning. And Mario Soto on the mound. He's still going strong for the Reds. Here comes the pitch to Simmons. 6, 8, and that's going to be a walk. He parks him on first. Simmons' second free pass of the evening. Runner on first, Dane Yorg, left fielder, comes up. He's a 303 batter. He's going to be swinging away. Soto, here comes the windup. The pitch, 5-9, and that is a strikeout. 1 away. Whitey Herzog, nice and quiet in the dugout. Not happy. Ken Wrights comes up to the plate. Soto looks over to first, keeps Simmons close. Simmons not a threat to steal. Here comes the windup. The pitch, and Parks Wrights on first. Simmons goes to second. 2 on, 1 out. Bottom of the 8th, Tony Scott comes to the plate, and he will be swinging. Here comes the pitch. 1-6, and that is a strikeout for Scott. And I believe we are going to see a pinch hit for Thomas. And I think now we're going to go to Littlefield, rather. Yeah, John Littlefield is coming in. Oh, no. We need a pinch hitter. Littlefield will be coming in. So, pinch hitter is going to be... let's go with Tommy Herr. I'm going to call his name. How about it? So, well, one moment, folks. Something I should have done before that I didn't, that I'm going to do now because I kind of need to, because battery is going on the laptop. Don't lose it. Plug it in. Reach over here. Do the firearm. Plug it in. There we go. Alright, we're good. Boomy, and that is off. Okay, so what are we doing? Tommy Herr is going to pinch hit. That was Ramsey. We've got another pinch hit. Herr is coming in. And facing Mario Soto. We have 2 outs and 2 strikeouts by Soto. We have 2 walks issued here in the bottom of the 8th. Score is 10-0. Soto facing Herr. The windup. The pitch, 6-6, and that is going to be high on the split. That's going to be a double, and Tommy Herr is going to score Ted Simmons. Rights is an 8, rounding third. They're sending him with 2 outs. The 11, he needed a 10, and that's going to be it. So we'll say RBI, single, score. We're going to say he gets there and out. We'll call it a 9-2. Why not? Because we just want to give that to Ken Griffey. Another run across for the Cardinals. I never gave them their 2 runs up there in the 6th inning. Huh. Sorry about that. So that would be 2. And there's a 1. So sorry about that. Time for your Tabletop Sports Delaware triple check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 6, and 3 is 10. 1, 2, 3. 2 and 1 is 3. 3. I know my numbers and stuff. We are doing top of the 9th, and Littlefield is going to come in and close things out for St. Louis, presumably. Yeah, not doing that line anymore either. Alrighty. So Herr will be a place marker. Let's get around here and get Roy Thomas out of the game. John Littlefield in. Reliever, 3.14 ERA. 9 saves in 1980. And John Littlefield is set to go. He'll be facing 5-6-7 Johnny Bench, Ron Oster, and Ray Knight. We can see everything well on the screen. Here comes the pitch from Littlefield. 1-8. Fat single split, and Johnny Bench catches it. Base hit. Man on, no outs, top of the 9th. Ron Oster comes to the plate. Littlefield is set. Gets the signs in from Simmons. Here's the windup. The pitch, 6-7. Fly ball to right field. Not too deep. Back goes George Hendrick. Doesn't move too far. Took about 3 steps. Didn't even jog. Made the catch. And he was only about 30 feet from second base, so he didn't have to make too much of a throw. So he didn't have to put out any more effort than necessary. Sorry, ID Jack. Just messing. George Hendrick, we love you. Awesome. Ray Knight comes to the plate. 1 out, 1 on, top of the 9th. 10-3 ball game, accurately counted. Here comes the pitch from Littlefield, and we're counting that as flat. 1-6, fly ball to left field. George nope. Dane York gets underneath it. Easy play there, and Bench retreats back to first. 2 outs. That's going to bring up first baseman Dan Dreesen, 8th in the order. Soto due up next. He's going to stay in for the 9th. It doesn't look like they've got too much action going on in the bullpen. Here comes the pitch. 4-10. Hard liner into right nose. Snagged by Keith Hernandez. Been some magic gloves on this evening. So the Reds are scoreless when we go to the bottom of the 9th. And there's a little bit of meat left on that bone for the St. Louis Cardinals. And due up top of the order, but they're going to have to go through that order to make it count. Soto stays on the mound. Gary Templeton he will face. Ken Oberkfell, Keith Hernandez. Hopefully not Hendrick, Simmons, York, Wrights, Scott, pinch hitter for Littlefield, and then around again because that might be a loss. see what happens. Soto in command. Bottom of the ninth. Templeton takes the pitch. 3-7. Hard line shot at short. Easily played by Concepcion. Hit right to him. So that is one away. That's going to bring us to Kenny Oberkfell. Bottom of the ninth inning. 10-3. Mario Soto going for a complete game. 3-run game here. Here's the pitch. 3-5. And that is a single into shallow right. Oberkfell rounding first. Ball being relayed in by Ken Griffey. Oberkfell goes back to first. That is 1 out, 1 on. Keith Hernandez to the plate. Soto looking to avoid that 1 column. Got to spell out in the 4. Not much of a chance of hitting it, but you never know. Here comes the windup. The pitch, it's the 2-9. Strikeout on Hernandez. 2 away. Soto is 3 pitches possibly away from the end of this game. George Hendrick comes up to the plate, and he is looking to get rid of this bad rap he's got of not putting a lot of effort into his games. He really does. Just kidding. George Hendrick is set. Soto gets the signs in from Johnny Bench. He shrugs off the first one. He takes the second one, looks over to first. Oberkfell takes a step closer back to the bag. Soto straightens up. Here's the windup to Hendrick. The pitch. Drama on the red die. That's a 5-5. And catches a slider in the corner. Hendrick let it go. Strike 3. Strikes out the last 2 batters. And that is it for the ball game. Mario Soto on fire this evening. Let's see. Cardinals with 3. They had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 base hits. And 2 errors. And let's go ahead and do the Reds real quick. They score 10 on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All those errors cost them. Only 3 earned runs in that game by the Cardinals. No errors. Oh, there were 3 errors by the Cards. I'm sorry. So I will go back and make that accurate. Wasn't it? Is there an E? No, that was it. Okay. Just a 2. So there you go. Your final score, ladies and gentlemen, here from Busch Stadium. The Cincinnati Reds 10, the St. Louis Cardinals 3, 1980 variety. Your winning pitcher, Mario Soto, went the distance and struck out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 Cardinals to go the distance. John Fulgham was the losing pitcher. He didn't give up any earned runs. He didn't give up any earned runs. He gave up 4 runs, but none of them were earned. So 0 earned runs, but yeah, he is a losing pitcher. But there is your game, 10-3. Guys, if you enjoyed the game, give it a thumbs up. Make comments down there. I always love interacting with you guys. Just wanted to bring you a wee little bit of baseball and on this cool February Thursday evening. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Have a happy and safe weekend and keep on rolling. Baseball's coming. Right there. Stargell Stars. Stargell Stars.